Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Freya Swan and today I'm doing an Oracle Thursday. So welcome back to all of my subscribers, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for participating. If I could get you to do one favor for me, click that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach my first milestone here on YouTube, which is getting to 100 subscribers, at which point I can get one of those neat little fancy schmancy custom URLs. It makes sharing the channel so much easier. I would greatly appreciate if you could help me out with that. Thank you so much. So on Thursdays, I use an Oracle deck or any divination tool of my choosing. But this Oracle Thursday, I'm using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm Oracle deck. Now, the concept behind this deck is that early cultures, had a common belief in the other world and otherworldly beings, so like hidden folk, spirits, angels, fairies, elves, local land spirits, water spirits, and so on and so forth. And, some of these, as we know, are helpful to humans. Others, however, could be dangerous, and some will fall into both categories depending on circumstances. Now, the cards here in this deck represent just a few of those spirits, maybe not necessarily as how any specific culture would have known them by their specific names or whatnot, but more about how the author of the deck, which is Colette Baron Reed, how she understood these spirits, and these spirits have an interest in assisting humans. So the themes presented in each card speak to the themes playing out in our lives, and this can either show up as an ally or a challenger. Kind of a neat deck. So if you haven't done so already, I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, get calm, still, look at the cards, ask to be shown what you need to know most right now. Which one calls to you? And I'll give you a moment to do that now in case you didn't do that earlier. All right, so now we're going to reveal here which cards these were. So card A is the Diamond Dreamer, showing up as an ally. Card B is the Sisters of the Seasons, also showing up as an ally. And card C, the Lady of Lightning, is showing up as a challenger. Now, I find it particularly interesting to me using this deck because I've had this deck around for a while, but I hadn't worked with it much until one of my guides, who, is one of these otherworldly hidden folk type of spirits, and they wanted me to use this as a way of communicating back and forth with me. So I'm having a lot of fun getting familiar with this deck. All right, let's get into the specific cards. The first one, card A, the Diamond Weaver. For those people who were drawn to this card, you need to be mindful of your thoughts. Those little stray thoughts here and there. Be very careful about the messages that you're feeding yourself. And the ones that you choose to put your focus on. You have very powerful thoughts, and you can easily manifest them just through thinking them. There's just something about, your energy right now where you're having very strong thoughts. Use this to your advantage whenever possible. Avoid those thoughts that are self-defeating, those imposter syndrome thoughts, those I'm not good enough, no one ever takes me seriously. When you start saying things like that, you can accidentally curse yourself. But of course, on the flip side to it, if you focus on more of those empowering thoughts, positive thoughts, solution-oriented thoughts, you can also accidentally bless yourself. But I guess it's not accidentally if you're being deliberate about it. But my point is, your thoughts are very powerful right now. And so you need to be very careful where you direct your attention. Now, you're not the cause of anything negative happening in your, that's not what I'm talking about. But you don't need to be nudging probability in that direction. Instead, you need to be putting your energy into those thoughts that are, again, solution oriented, putting your energy on things that make you stronger, healthier, more secure, happier. Use this ability to your advantage, not your disadvantage. Be deliberate in the world and life that you create. Now, you're also being shown a lot of opportunities for material success, not just manifesting things, but specifically in the realm of finances, money, cash flow, and general prosperity and abundance. And I know that some people don't vibe real well when it comes to money and spiritual messages and such. A lot of people have some very funny ideas, I should say weird ideas about money. But honestly, the more prosperous you are, the more generous you can afford to be. Money is not evil. I mean, greed is not a good thing, but money itself is just a means of exchange and just a means of access to experiences, access to the things that we need in our daily lives. The money itself is not doing anything wrong. It's more about how people use it. So, if you're looking at money from a more healthy perspective, then be on the lookout for opportunities to make more of it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to better your situation. And when you're in a stronger position, you can help those who are not in a stronger position. Okay. Something else I want to say before I move on. When I'm looking at this card, I'm getting a really strong feel for the Magician card from a standard tarot deck. This is a card of someone who acts, someone who makes things happen. Living is in the doing. And this card is calling upon you to act on the opportunities that you're being presented. So hopefully that makes sense to all of you who picked card A. Now, card B, the Sisters of the Seasons. Everything has a season and its appropriate time, and you can't change that no matter how much you might like to or that you would like to. You're at the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Isn't it about time that you start working with the natural cycles instead of against them, or if not necessarily against them, just not participating in or acknowledging them, just not taking advantage of the energies that already exist around you? For some reason, it feels like you're fighting upstream, trying to make things happen according to your timetable, and that's not going to work so well right now. You need to be more in the flow. Take the path of least resistance. Work with what's going on already around you. All right, now I'm hearing something a little different. Let the past go. Get a sense of yourself now, in this moment, who you are today. What do you want for yourself in this next phase, this next cycle? What are you willing to let go of, to leave behind, to lay to rest in order to get the future that you want? Because you are going to be asked to let things go. Be willing to let go of the past, live in the present, and work with the energy and support and resources that are at hand to create your future. I think that you're just not, how should I put this? Where other people have sort of already worn down that path, You can just follow along that. You don't have to try and force something to happen. I think you may be working too hard at things. Just try and take a step back and just sort of feel what's the easiest way? What's the path of least resistance to get your needs met right now? Okay? All right. Now, card C, Lady of Lightning. This is showing up here as a challenger. You might have figured out the other two cards are upright. This one is reversed, so to speak. Now, this card, Lightning, is very sudden. Here is a challenger. You may get sudden news, but this, unlike if it were an ally, that sudden news might be very positive. It could be a big stroke of luck. This would be the opposite. So things like sudden and unexpected, unfortunate news, unanticipated complications, emergencies, expensive repairs, that just sort of come out of nowhere. Change is coming whether you want it to or not. This would be time to take shelter. That could mean different things for different people. But you don't want to be out there and exposed when lightning strikes. So that may mean like putting away some extra food, or perhaps pay up some of your outstanding debts. If whatever areas of your life that might be vulnerable, you need to look to them now. Once this change hits, you won't have control or be over it. You won't be able to influence it. And I'm hearing just roll with it, like rolling like thunder. Just roll with it. That would be a better strategy than trying to fight it. I'm also hearing for some people who pick this card, this is going to be a really advantageous time to sell off some extra stuff that you have around the home. Clothes that don't fit, books that you've already read. And I'm sort of a book addict, and the concept of selling books, even those that I may have read and didn't care for, is a very painful thing to me. But here I am saying it. Sell the books you've already read that you probably won't read again. Sell off your knickknacks that no longer resonate with you. I don't know. Hold a yard sale or sell things via social media, eBay, whatever apps, that they have now for selling stuff. Lighten the load. Get rid of that clutter and use that cash for greater security. You'll be in a better position. Okay, I'm hearing you'll be in a better position to take a sudden trip or to relocate, even if necessary, if you've got less stuff. I don't know if that means less stuff to move, to like permanently relocate, or whether that means you just be able to pack faster. I'm not entirely sure. That may mean different things for different people here. But here's what I want to say. This is going to be a sudden and destabilizing event, but afterwards you're going to be better for it. And I feel like a lot of people who picked this card are going to see false relationships revealed for what they are. The truth may be difficult to face, but ultimately it's best to know. You need the information in order to make better decisions about your own life. And that may not be pleasant, but that is what's indicated here. So if you're forewarned, you can take some of these steps, very practical steps here of selling a few things, getting a little extra cash, maybe paying off some debts, putting yourself into a more secure financial position, and sort of lighten the load. I also feel like I need to mention that when you've got a lot of clutter around, that tends to attract like negative I don't know, negative's not even really the word I'm looking for, though that could be appropriate, but troublesome types of spirits. And it tends to upset your more protective house spirits and whatnot. And it might just be a good idea to get rid of some of that clutter before you attract the attention of something unwanted. Okay. I think that's all I've got there out of these cards here. Tomorrow, I will be doing another Reiki Friday offering. Tomorrow morning, I will pull omens and determine what the intention for that Reiki session is going to be. I will post a video which has been charged specifically to channel Reiki distantly. All you have to do is get comfortable, be open to receiving the energy, watch or listen to the video all the way to the end. And I say listen because a lot of people, they're going to close their eyes while they're comfortable, and you don't have to keep your eyes open the whole time. So with that, I'm going to say farewell. Thank you so much for participating, and I will see you tomorrow.